Imagine a young boy, born in a remote village, watching in awe as a strange contraption rumbles past his home for the very first time. A car. He's never seen anything like it, and from that moment, he's hooked. Little does he know that this encounter will spark a dream that will lead him to change the world of transportation forever. This boy is Soichiro Honda, and his journey from a small bicycle repair shop to building a global empire is nothing short of extraordinary. In 1922, in a small auto repair shop in Tokyo, a 15-year-old boy stood at the entrance, his heart pounding with anticipation. This was his first step toward his dream. He imagined himself repairing engines, crafting machines, and making a name for himself. But reality had other plans. Instead of a wrench, he was handed a broom. Instead of an engine to work on, he was given a child to babysit. No one took him seriously. No one expected him to achieve anything great. But they had no idea that this boy would one day change the world. Soichiro Honda was born in 1906 in a small poverty-stricken village called Tenryu, Shizuoka, nestled at the foot of Mount Fuji. His father, Gihei Honda, was a blacksmith who also repaired bicycles, while his mother was a skilled weaver. The family struggled financially, and life was not easy. Out of his many siblings, 5 did not survive childhood due to health issues. Despite the hardships, young Soichiro was naturally curious by machines. His life changed forever when at the age of 8 he heard an unfamiliar rumbling sound following with noise. He came across a strange machine rolling along on 4 wheels, a Ford Model T. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. It was the first car I ever saw. What a thrill! I could not understand how it moved on its own. Without even thinking, I found myself chasing after it as fast as I could. That moment ignited a passion in Soichiro that would shape the course of his life. From then on, he immersed himself in learning about engines and mechanical work, helping his father repair bicycles. But while he had a sharp mind for mechanics, he had little interest in school. His grades suffered so much that he forged his family's stamp to hide his poor performance. When his father discovered this, he was furious and punished Soichiro by making him all day without food. By the age of 15, Soichiro knew what he wanted, to work with automobiles. When he came across a magazine advertisement for Art Shokai, a well-known automobile repair shop in Tokyo, he saw his opportunity. He sent them a letter asking for a job. They accepted him. With no hesitation, he dropped out of school and left home to chase his dream. When Soichiro arrived in Tokyo, he was overwhelmed by the fast-paced city life. He expected to be fixing cars right away, but instead he was tasked with babysitting the owner's child. Disappointed and frustrated, he considered going back home. However, the shame of returning as a failure kept him from quitting. Months passed before the shop owner, Yuzo Sakakibara, finally gave him a chance. Starting with small tasks, Soichiro proved his dedication and skill. He worked tirelessly, absorbing everything he could about automobile repairs. His hard work paid off when Sakakibara took him under his wing and taught him not only about mechanics, but also about the business side of the industry. By 1928, Art Shokai decided to expand and entrusted 21-year-old Soichiro to run a new branch in Hamamatsu. At first, people doubted him, refusing to bring their cars to someone so young. But through persistence and innovation, he slowly built a reputation. By the 1930s, his branch had grown into a thriving business with 30 employees. Despite his success, Soichiro wanted more. He wanted to create something of his own. In 1936, he designed the Hamamatsu race car and set a speed record of 120 km/h, a record that stood in Japan for 20 years. However, racing came with dangers. That same year, he suffered a near-fatal crash, leaving him with serious injuries. Though he recovered, his family convinced him to give up racing for good. With his racing days behind him, Soichiro turned his attention to manufacturing. He founded Tokai Seiki, a company dedicated to producing piston rings. However, success did not come easily. His early piston designs failed to meet industry standards, and out of 50 samples he sent to Toyota, only 3 were accepted. Unwilling to give up, he studied metallurgy, improved his techniques, and eventually produced high-quality pistons that Toyota and other companies began to buy in large quantities. But just as his company started to take off, World War II broke out. The government took control of his factory, and in 1944, an air raid destroyed his plant. A year later, an earthquake leveled what remained. With nothing left, Soichiro sold his company to Toyota and took time to reflect on his next move. After the war, Japan was in ruins. Gasoline was scarce, and people struggled to find reliable transportation. One day, Soichiro came across a small generator engine used by the military. A thought struck him. What if he attached the engine to a bicycle? In 1946, he established the Honda Technical Research Institute and began developing motorized bicycles. The concept was an instant hit, and demand skyrocketed. To keep up, he designed his own engine, the Type A, and in 1948, he officially founded Honda Motor Company. Within a few years, Honda released the Super Cub, a lightweight and affordable motorcycle. It became an international sensation, propelling Honda to become the world's largest motorcycle manufacturer. But Soichiro's dream was not yet complete. He wanted to build cars. Despite opposition from the Japanese government and industry experts, he pushed forward. In 1963, Honda launched its first automobile, the T360 mini truck, followed by the S500 sports car. However, it was the Honda Civic, introduced in 1972, that truly revolutionized the industry. The fuel-efficient design came at the perfect time during the global oil crisis, making it an instant success. Later, the Honda Accord became one of the best-selling cars in history, solidifying Honda's place in the automotive world. By the 1980s, Honda was the third-largest car manufacturer in Japan and one of the top car brands worldwide. The company also ventured into robotics, with the development of Asimo, one of the most advanced humanoid robots of its time. Soichiro Honda retired in 1973, leaving behind a legacy of innovation, perseverance, and passion. He passed away in 1991. From a poor village boy to a global icon, his story is a testament to the power of persistence and dreaming big. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more.